All right, YouTube, welcome back to another video. Happy New Year, all that good stuff. Glad to be back with you guys. For those that were paying attention, before I left for vacation, my cruise, just to give you guys an update on how that went. The day before I left, I got sick. I don't know if it was a touch of the flu, but when we flew into Miami, I stayed in a hotel for 2 days and just took nothing but medicine. Theraflu, daytime, nighttime, emergency, all that good stuff, all the stuff the wife bought me. She nursed me back to health. So when we boarded the boat, I had a really good time. I did take the Steam Deck with me, and I do have an update on how that went. First and foremost, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are trying to make it to 1,000 subscribers. We are almost there. I appreciate everybody's support, and I want to thank those that came back to watch this video again. So, the Steam Deck. As you guys can see, this was one of my Christmas gifts. Shout out to my coworker. We had Secret Santa. This isn't the kill switch, which is probably like $100 or so. But this is something that is comparable, and I would say worth taking a look into. If I can now get it out of here from behind the camera. But it's kind of like a little shell casing, and this is the back of it. It does have a kickstand, so that's pretty handy. So I know these are on Amazon, probably around the $20, $25 mark, so not too bad. And as look at this, I think I'm on halftime here with a game I was playing. So let me just say this up front. I did make a mistake, and it's probably not what you guys think, but the mistake that I made was purchasing too many games at one time. So right before I left, so right around the holidays, I want to say around Black Friday, they had a huge sale in the Steam library, and I went crazy. So I bought a bunch of games. Let me see if I can get back out to the, it's probably not a way to get back out without canceling out my game. I want to finish out that game of Tecmo, and we'll get to that. But I bought several games, and I should not have done that. So my advice is don't buy so many games at one time, because you are going to, at some point, neglect a lot of the games. And these games work phenomenally on the Steam Deck. So I bought like 3 of the Batman games. I also purchased Madden 23. I bought the NBA 2K23. I bought, this Left 4 Dead 2. I got this Battlefront 2. I got the Vampire Survivors. And I even got The Witcher. So I bought a ton of games all at one time. And my plan was to play them all on the cruise. But that didn't quite go as planned. Because I also had a lot of emulation games and games that really made me fall in love with gaming when I was younger. So a lot of Nintendo and Super Nintendo games, especially Tecmo Bowl. You guys know that's like probably my favorite game. I spent a lot of time on the boat playing Tecmo. I will say I had a lot of trouble, and I was not able to get Madden 23 to actually load when I was offline. So I'm not sure what that's about, because somebody commented on, I want to say the Madden video that I did, and they said they were able to get it to work offline. I haven't tried it since I've been back home. I said I wanted to do an update and then see if it'll work offline again. But that was, I believe, the only game, actually other than Battlefront. I wasn't able to get Battlefront to load either. So my theory is that maybe there was an update that needed to be done in order for them to run. I did open up all of my games when I was online. So before we got on the boat, I made sure I had opened up each one of my games, so I should have been able to play them. But I was not able to play Madden 23, and I wasn't able to play Battlefront. But I did spend some time with The Witcher 3. So if you haven't purchased this game, I would say this is a definite. It works really, really well on the Steam Deck. It will suck you in. So I did spend some time in the cabin just kind of playing Witcher 3. So I can't wait to get back to that. And I want to say it was Batman Asylum was the Batman game that I spent a lot of time with as well. So definitely those two I recommend. The Vampire Survivors, I know you guys love that game. I've seen a lot of reviews on that where people absolutely love it. It is a pretty fun game. It's kind of simple, so I do like the simpler games. But I can't say that I'm like in love with it yet. But, you know, for just a couple bucks, you can't go wrong with that game. The Left 4 Dead 2, I played that for a little bit, but that one is probably the least of my favorites other than the Vampire Survivors. But I definitely played a lot of the 2K23. I absolutely recommend that game on this system. And I still do recommend Madden once you can get it up and running, especially if you can get it to work offline. It is a really nice game. But the Steam Deck, I have not changed my mind. I absolutely love this thing. Battery life, an update on that, I will say that if they have to improve on anything, it's definitely battery life. I would love to see them improve battery life for the next Steam Deck and probably put a more or a higher resolution screen on the next iteration. Because when you're playing AAA titles like a Madden 23 or NBA 2K or even Witcher, it will drain your battery pretty quickly. And for those hardcore gamers, I know you guys want to spend countless hours and you don't want to have to be tethered to some sort of power source in order to enjoy your game. So hopefully Steam is already, or Valve is already working on that to get that going for a better battery life for the next one. But outside of that, emulation games, oh my God, this thing is phenomenal. I just love the controls on here. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, if I had purchased this thing before I had purchased my PS5, I would not have purchased the PS5. And that's not to say that I don't love the PS5. It is a great game and I know a lot of people love it. But for me, where I am in life at this stage, I don't play it a lot. And there's not a lot of people in my household now that I have to play with. My daughter used to play a couple of the games with me, but her schedule is pretty busy, so I don't have a partner to really play the game with. So this thing here makes it so much easier to just pick up and play whatever game I want, depending on what mood I'm in. I can play something simple. You've got an endless library of PC titles that you can purchase. Just don't buy them all at once. But yeah, this thing, I definitely recommend it once more. Just go ahead and get one. Steam Deck, there's really nothing else beating it right now. If you feel otherwise, I'd love to hear your comments below. And yeah, until the next one, peace.